David Grush has made a variety of different claims, some of which notably his more sort of outlandish claims he stopped short of saying on Capitol Hill today, where he was speaking under oath and under threat of perjury. But that he did say that there were, what he called biologics that the U.S. government has retrieved. So I think there are a lot of people who believe that the government is in possession of UAPs or UFOs that are of unknown origin. But that there's a lot of reason to believe that that could still be terrestrial technology,
In America, a House of Representatives committee is holding an eagerly awaited hearing on UFOs, which has heard some really remarkable claims regarding extraterrestrial life. This is taking place in about as high a profile a setting as you can possibly imagine. The former Air Force intelligence officer, David Grush, he was one of the witnesses.
Mr. Grush, finally, do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
And where?
I know the exact locations, and those locations were provided to the Inspector General and some of which to the intelligence committees. I actually had the people with the firsthand knowledge provide a protected disclosure to the Inspector General.
And that, by the way, a former Air Force intelligence officer, David Grush, testifying, he said, to evidence that the United States government is in possession of alien craft, also the bodies of aliens, extraterrestrials. Don't get much more extraordinary, do you, than that? Let's talk to Garret M Graff, who's a contributing editor at Wired magazine, author of the forthcoming book, UFO, the inside story of the US government's search for alien life here and out there. Hello to you, Garret.
Hi there.
Well, what do you say about this? You've got a panel of witnesses, three of them sitting there on Capitol Hill, testifying to a panel of congressmen in the most extraordinary terms. Just tell us the sort of things that's been coming out.
Yeah, I think it's important, though, to draw some definitional distinctions here, which is what David Grush was saying today is that the U.S. government has possession of UAPs. UAPs is the new term that the U.S. government uses to describe what used to be called UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Today, UFOs are now called UAPs, which stands for unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Both to sort of try to destigmatize the idea of flying saucers, yes, but also to draw the distinctions that not everything that people spot is an object. Some of it could be a meteorological or astronomical phenomenon. Yeah. And that not all of it is aerial, not all of it is flying. That some of these suspicious phenomenon have been recorded in the ocean, or in water, or crossing between land and water.
Yeah. But am I right in taking it from what's been coming out on Capitol Hill? You've been following it closely. I have not. I've been in this studio. That part of the evidence suggests that the American government is in possession of or rather dead aliens, to put it very, very bluntly. Was that suggested?
Yes. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated, because David Grush has made a variety of different claims, some of which notably his more sort of outlandish claims he stopped short of saying on Capitol Hill today, where he was speaking under oath and under threat of perjury. But that he did say that there were, what he called biologics that the U.S. government has retrieved. So I think there are a lot of people who believe that the government is in possession of UAPs or UFOs that are of unknown origin. But that there's a lot of reason to believe that that could still be terrestrial technology. Those could be unknown drones from China, Russia, or Iran, just to sort of name one specific possibility.
And what about the testimony of dead aliens? Are very many people then going to write that off as the testimony of a crank?
Yeah, I'll phrase it as there are a lot of reasons to doubt that the U.S. government is actually covering up knowledge of alien bodies. Which, again, is not to say that there are not large portions of David Grush's testimony that could be true, that could be backed up by evidence, but that sort of there's a lot of reason to stop short of believing that this is some mass cover-up by the United States of alien bodies.
Do you believe, in a nutshell, when you have your own view, you have researched it on your own account, do you believe it is at all plausible that alien technology from another world, not from ours, is in some way on this planet and in possession of the American government? Is that remotely plausible from anything you've seen?
I don't think we see a lot of the hallmarks that we would expect to see of the government covering up knowledge like that, which, again, is different than saying that the government is covering up information that it has about UFOs or UAPs. I think there are a lot of reasons to believe that the government is covering up at least portions of its knowledge of what these technologies or phenomenon could actually be.
Why would they do that?
Well, the government covers up government covers up all sorts of things for all sorts of reasons, good and bad.
Okay, I'm going to leave that there just for now and maybe just make the point. We're going to talk about this more because we have to. The truth is out there, even if we don't know it all just yet. 7 o'clock, coming up with Pinar and Friends.